Hey, everyone. You reached Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva, and this is Relationship Wednesday. So, welcome. I'm going to bring, my co host that's been hanging out with me for Relationship Wednesdays into the building. And actually, I got a little something new I'm going to do. Hey, Chef Cap, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Little
How y'all
something
doing?
new I'm gonna do. On Relationship Wednesdays when we enter into the building, first of all, this is the no judgment zone. That's number one. So we're gonna put that out there. But number two, I want to say that you have to agree to be your authentic self, to tell the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Okay. And listen, I'm the judge, the jury, and all that, because that's what I do. But anyway, we're going to get into it. And before we get into it, though, do you agree to be your authentic self?
Haven't I?
I just asked you a question. You could just answer the
Yes.
question. Okay.
Yes. I'm like,
Okay.
you
All right.
talking like I'm new to this.
Okay. So like I said, this is a no judgment zone, and we've been going through different topics on relationship Wednesdays. So our topic today is we're gonna start off with love versus lust. We may spin off into some different things as we normally do, but we'll kind of start the topic off of that title. So I like to start out by saying that sometimes it's kind of hard to tell the difference. Okay, so you really don't know. It feels like love, but maybe the connection begun as lust. So it's easy. It's like a thin line. You know how they say it's a thin line between love and hate. It's almost like a thin line between love and lust. And I think either way it starts out, it can turn into something great or it can turn into something horrific and horrible. So, you got to tread lightly, I guess I'll say that. So you can go ahead and start off your conversation with the topic.
Oh wow. Well, me first. Um, Love and lust. Uh, so many different ways to go about it, but I'm gonna just say this. Lust is can be just as strong as love at times, but and people will go through the ringer to for lust. People will jump over. People will stab you in the back. People will do good things for lust. But at the end of the day, I think with lust, the how they say when the grass is cut, the snakes will show. And so I think with lust, you will see same thing with love. I think when you hit a certain point, um, you will see true love. You know, New Edition said it best: "Can you stand the rain?" You know, sunny days, everyone loves them, but can you stand the rain? So I think when you're going through rain and you're going through storms, and some people go through typhoons and what have it, and you know, lust will fade out at some point, and the love will show. Um, I do believe that a lot of us start relationships in a kind of lustful situation. It has to be an attraction, somewhat attraction for the most part, but still, I think as we get older, and for those who are my age, close to my age, we've been through the shenanigans. So, the things the hoops we jumped through and the fires we jumped over for lust, I don't think a lot of us are willing to deal with that. We're just like, you know what, move on with yourself. So, but I it's not once you get, I think, experience, I won't say age, experience, it's not hard to decipher the truth. If you know what the truth is in yourself, within yourself. I'm not talking about, how people view you, but I think at some point you take time long enough, like I said, when the grass is cut, the snakes will show.
So you're saying you can always see and determine a difference.
I'm not saying always. I think as you get more experienced. I mean, there's always, the thing is that with lust, you got to take away the love takes something superficial. You know what I mean? Lust, you listen to people talk. when they describing me. Girl, I just met somebody. Really? He drive this. He work over here. He got this type of house. That's all lustfulness nonsense to me. And so, uh, to me, that's lust. You know, tell me about the person. You know, tell me
You're
about.
saying I have an echo. Mm, let me see.
How do I sound now?
Can't hear you.
You can't hear me.
What about now?
Now I can hear you.
I must have enough. Okay, you know what, Tab? Give me a minute. Let me see what's going on.
Okay. Hey, Chris.
All right. So, how's that?
I didn't hear the echo. She heard the echo.
Okay. Hopefully, all right. Hopefully that's better. All right. So, all right. So I got a little distracted because hey, everybody. Hey, Tia. Hey, Chris. All right. I hope I don't have an echo. I'm trying to resolve it. Okay. We're saying this better. So I hope it gets better. So let's get into it. Our topic tonight for Relationship Wednesday is love versus lust. Do you know the difference? Can you tell the difference? Does it matter? Okay, Kim, thank you. Is she saying this better? Okay, does it matter? Right? So you can meet somebody and maybe it starts out as a lustful situation, but it turns into love. It turns into something great. Um, I don't know, but it can happen.
Hmm.
So what are your
Hmm.
thoughts?
Oh, I've experienced that, but for me, the way I look at things is my relationships have all ended, whether by me or by them. So uh, I look for a different approach, you know. And so if my approach was lustfulness in the beginning, there has to be something different. Maybe I need to find a different approach. So that's why I am open minded to different ways of getting to know someone. You know, we all think you must meet that person, and we've had that situation when you meet them, and one day you just connect, and it's just like boom, and it hits you. That was that situation. Every situation is not going to be like that, and it's just like going out with your friends and having a good time. You went to restaurant A, you had a great time, you had a wonderful time. It doesn't mean every time you're going to go there, that's what's going to happen. It could just be the moment, the atmosphere, the situation. So, I mean, you may say, let's try
Well, let me just say to something you just said, because you said, you know, you had relationships and all the relationships have ended. So are you judging, are you saying that because all the relationships have ended, you must do something different to have a better relationship the next time?
I'm speaking for myself. I just feel
No,
that
just asking, I know.
I just feel that you know it starts off good, it doesn't end well, and you know the emotions and the things you go through. So it's like okay, let's try something different, and that's just been my take on it. You know, uh, it is how can I put it, experienced as I am in the relationship field. You know, the one of the things I never did was really ask God about sending me a woman. You know, I just always assumed that I was good enough to make decisions. I could pray for a job, I could pray for a car, I could pray for a house, but I never really prayed for a woman. So sometimes, like I said, different approaches and things like that. And you know, I got this thing now where I was looking for one thing, now I'm looking for something else. And just like we got when you call lust versus love, I say soulmate versus a blessing. I think a lot
Mm.
of us are looking for soulmates, but we need a blessing. Soulmates, you know,
Well, maybe your soulmate is the blessing.
nah. I look at well. I mean, you can look at it that way, maybe, but for me, I hear people use the word soul. Is that no? Is it lust or is it good sex? You know what I mean? A lot of times,
What's the difference? See, what the confusion is, the point of her statement is, the confusion is that it will have you confused, and you think it
yeah,
is God sent.
yeah, you will. You will sit there because your legs shaking, your toes curl. You thinking, okay, this must be a gift from God. But I put it to you like this: a blessing is going to lead you away from the negativity. A blessing is going to it's not going to drain your bank account. A blessing is going to enhance your bank account. A blessing is going to enhance your life. A blessing is going to be there through thick and thin. You can't say that this person was for you, and I don't care how many good years you had. At the end of the day, they did some monkey nut stuff. You know, we just read about the story in New York. I mean,
Well, wait, hold on before you go
you
there. Hold on before you go there. I want to say a couple things. So, thing number one is that just because a relationship has ended, it doesn't negate all the good times that you had. It's a moment in time. It ended. Move on. You get over it. But you don't have to erase all the good times that you had together. You don't have to erase and say the person is just 100% terrible because that one moment in time something terrible happened and y'all are no longer together. So, and then when it comes to this whole lust thing or whatever, just they sometimes, like Chris said, is that you will think it's God sent because everything is going so well and everything is so good. You are delusional and you are misled because you are so caught up, and you don't find out until much later that it's a whole hot mess. So everything doesn't just show up, and you don't just see the truth right away. If we all saw the truth right away, we wouldn't be in half the mess that we get ourselves into. So usually when something comes your way that is deceitful, that is a hot mess, you don't recognize it right up front. If you did, we will all be saved from a lot of drama, but that's usually not the way that it happens.
True. Well, I also sorry, I looked at my water. Also, I always say, you know, what? How can I put it? When I say something about try something different or a different approach, that's
Mm-hmm.
what I mean by that because apparently what I did in the past didn't work, and I don't regret it because with some of these
Mm-hmm.
situations we've gotten blessings out of it. The kids, things like that. I've learned a lot of lessons from being in situations, but learned a lot about myself. I think one of the biggest things I had a lot of males say this, oh, I'm not going to change. You have to change. You have to change. There's no way around it, especially in a
You have
marriage.
to grow.
Yeah.
I think
And
you have
so,
to grow. You have to grow, right?
yeah. And so,
Because if something is going well, why do I need to change it? Maybe I got to grow and adjust with the times, but why do I need to change it? So everything is not about changing.
well,
Everything is
growth
not
is
that.
change. Growth is
What
change.
happened?
Growth is change.
Okay, I'll accept that.
You know,
I'll accept that.
I can guarantee you're not doing the same thing you was doing 20 years ago because you grown and you changed
But some people are.
in certain things, in certain aspects, yeah.
Some
In
people
certain
are.
aspects, yeah. So I mean, it's just, but I just feel like
So let's move on to this. You have grown, you have changed. You're not going to fall for a lustful situation anymore. So what is it that you are looking for in a mate?
spirituality, uh, honesty, And unconditional love. I think that's the one thing, if I was to bottom line it, because I've seen relationships go through some stuff. I've been on the outskirts of people's relationships. I've seen relationships go through some stuff. And I haven't been in a relationship that went through even half of the stuff they went through. And when you see people bail out, and to you it's like there's a chip in the boat, and I've seen people stay in the boat where the boat got a hole over here and a hole over there, and the motor doesn't stop, and they sink, and they still stay on the boat. And I'm looking like, okay, you saw a chip and you jumped out and you bailed. You know, you can't say you love me unconditionally. You know, I just, because the way I see it is, like you said, people look at um happily ever after, they take it for granted. You know, remember we watched that movie and dude said everyone says sickness and health, but when you say it, you're healthy as hell when you're saying it. You know what I mean? To sickness and health, or to rich or the poor, and then when you see the sickness come or something like that, then you want to jump ship, or you see something coming now you want to jump ship. So when you got somebody in condition, like I said, life can throw you any type of curve. You know, you could walk out your house healthy as a horse, breathing good, and get in an accident that have your paraplegic. You know what I mean? Anything can on both sides, him or her. So you have to say you want somebody who's going to be there for you, or I want somebody who's going to be there for me through thick and thin. Whether I'm making top money or I lose my job because of COVID, whatever. I want somebody who's going to be there for me. Because I said, you know, my mom always said, the world throws you lemons, you got to make lemonade, and that's the way I look at it.
Okay. Sounds good. So what would you do differently? Because you said, you're going to do things differently. So what would you do differently this time around in your relationships that you learn, and you're not, going to do the same things that you've done in the past? What are you going to do differently?
Probably listen more is one of my Achilles. Definitely pray. If we're not on the same page on that, I don't even waste my time. And you know, just approach it more of like every relationship I was in, I was approaching and trying to get mine in the beginning. Even if it ended up in a relationship in the beginning, I was trying to get me some. Now I bet it ended up, you know, now here we are in this relationship or marriage or whatever. But it all started off the same way. I was trying to get mine, you know. So, and that's a selfish nature. So, not to be as selfish, you know. And so, it's just the different approach, you know. So when I approach a situation, you know, it's not just, you know. Of course, you want to be attracted to somebody, but I'm a, just walk into it with more open. You know what I mean? And you know, not just focused on other physical things that I was focused on. You know, focused on more spirituality, you know, things like that. I always like knowledge. I always like smart women, so that's never been a situation that we seem to deal with intelligent women. But it's other things, you know, your character, you know, things like that.
So
So
you started most of your relationships in the past off of a lustful situation.
all of them, not most of them, all of them,
Mm.
every last one of them, every last one of them, every last one of them started off with I was trying to hit that and get with that, and it just turns into something more. You know.
What has been your longest relationship?
Well, I'm not in your ballpark, you know. I'm gonna say, was it 5 years, something like that? You know, had an off and on thing going on, but that was off and on, but continuously like 5 years.
Okay. So even your marriage started off as a lustful relationship?
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I
Okay.
ain't meet. I mean, we met each other. She made a comment. I made a comment, but you know, it is what it is. So.
Mhm.
The comment, the comments was nothing you could say on TV. I'm just saying she made a comment, and that's where we went. So
Understood. So at what point, that's interesting with your marriage. So at what point did y'all turn the corner? Like how long was it before y'all turned the corner and it turned into something else?
it wasn't long, a couple of months. It wasn't long. It was just it was just something that just turned into something more. Just wanting
So
more.
how long after y'all got together did y'all get married?
Not long, within a year.
Okay. Interesting.
No
So
regrets though. No
do
regrets
you
though.
feel, huh?
No regrets though.
No, I didn't. Okay. But do you feel y'all knew each other?
Um, yeah. I mean, I was open. I was who I was. She was who she was. You know, just I, I think that here's my thing. You know people. How well do you really know them? It could be somebody 10, 15 years and you find out something else. You know, so I just felt it in my gut that I felt she was the one, and and I just rolled with it.
Hey, Chica. So, all right, that's interesting. I think here's the thing I think too about relationships, right? I think this, of course, is an individual process. So, it doesn't matter. You can meet someone and 2 weeks later, y'all can decide y'all are meant to be together. You could get married. You can meet someone and maybe a year later, 2 years, 3 years later, you can decide you're going to get married. Somebody has feedback. Oh, I don't know, I guess it's me today. Everyone's saying like it's kind of like an echo going on between us. I don't know what else to do. I troubleshoot everything I could. I'm not hearing it when I speak. I don't know if Kevin, do you have something extra on that may be giving an echo? It's not pulled
Mm,
up on your phone or anything like that. So
no,
yeah, so I mean, is he either Matt, you think he said is your volume high? They're saying maybe our volume is too high on our mic. I don't think mine is not really high. Mine is like a normal thing there. Kev, is yours too high?
I turned it down a little bit. Is that better?
I hope it's better. Is that better, everyone? Is our mics better? So, here's a question I wrote down that I want to throw in. We'll kind of move the conversation along. How do you feel? A lot of people get emotional or they have feelings about this. Have you ever been intimate with someone on the first date? It's not an echo now, so maybe us lowering it was better. Thank you, Tia.
Me? Yeah.
Did it turn into a relationship?
Mm, mm.
Your memory is bad. I gotta get you those. You need those. What is that ginger? What is that? What is that
Listen,
vitamin that helps with the memory?
first of all, my
Um,
memory is better than yours. To be quiet. I think two of them did. Two of them did.
and
Yeah,
did
two.
you hold that against the person? Did you have any judgment against that?
No, we didn't. No.
You can talk for months before your first date. Oh, I'm wholeheartedly, yes, I do. Oh, you could talk for months before your first date. So you saying if it happens, it happens. Okay, maybe that's how I should take that. Yes, you can talk for months before your first date, and it could be a real connection before you actually even go out on your first date. So I am in agreement with that, and I do believe that is true. So I will bring up this situation. I don't want to talk about the actual individual because it's a sensitive subject, but we'll talk about this situation. So recently in the news, unfortunately, there was this female. She was pregnant. She was at her baby shower, and she had two other children too. So she has two other children too. Well, anyway, the ex-boyfriend comes to the baby shower. Well, it's being accused because it's still not clear on, if this is really this person that did it or not. But anyway, it was like, I guess the topic I kind of want to bring up is, when you see something not agreeable in that person that you're dating, even if you're in love with them, how do you begin to distance yourself, or do you ignore obvious signs that you see? And these signs don't always have to be just abusive signs. If you see some signs that you are not in agreement with, if you're already in love with this person, do you proceed and continue on with this relationship? Or do you know how to break away when you start to see things in a person that you're not in agreement with?
Oh wow. I mean, I think sometimes people look at it as love. I think some people look at it as, you know, and I've been in this situation a number of times in my younger days where I would go to a club
Mm-hmm.
and get approached by a woman on the dance floor, and I'm dancing with the woman and everything is, and her man in the corner, and now he mad. And this is
Well,
one of
she
the
was
reasons
mad.
why, and this is one of the reasons why people say don't go to the club by yourself, because there's many times when my boys had to come out, and all of a sudden she was, and I'm like, okay, you knew your man was here. You know your man is jealous, right? I'm on the dance floor by myself having a high old time. You come with the high heels and the fat booty and the breast popping out all up in my face. Okay, it is what it is. And so
Well,
people do
in
that
that
sometimes.
situation, though, in
But
that
in the
situation,
saying
that
though,
girl was
is
messy.
yeah, but I took it as maybe she thought that was love. I've had women say they used to do things like that. They did, their younger days and stupid stuff like that. There are guys out there who've done things like that, and the girl start wilding out and ready to fight somebody, and like, oh man, she just all over me. She just and they thinking, I had a friend of mine. His issue, he kept thinking, oh, he was the best sex in the world because she was going crazy for him. Anytime he talked to another female, she was wilding out, and he just because the D is good, and I guess it was boosting his ego until she went monkey nut crazy, and the cops had to be called. You know what I mean? So sometimes people think of it and look at it as, oh, it just means he loved me extra, this, that, and the third. And then when you go to break away, and you see what this fool really is, and also you don't know how. And this is not excusing the action. Let me put this out there, because we all have been hurt, we all have been disappointed in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But it's how you did things. Everyone's not going to respond the way you or I respond. Just walk away and do what we do. Some people are going to go Google the food, and you have to acknowledge
It
that.
depends on a person's perception of love. It most certainly does. Let me ask you this question. Let's move forward. So if you have a girlfriend and your girlfriend cheats on you, will you forgive her and take her back?
Mm. It has to depend on the situation. I can't say it's kind of hard because I've never been in that situation. You know what I mean? Where I had a woman take me back because I cheated because I never cheated. But it depends if you really want if you want it and she wants it. Because my thing is they say once bitten, twice shot. So it's hard. Like, why did you cheat? Why are you cheating on me? You know what I'm saying? Is something lacking at home? Because if it's one thing, it's because some people just cheat just to cheat. They're serial cheaters, and no matter what.
You know what? Thank
Oh
you, Chris.
God, here we go
That's
again. Here we
what I'm
go again.
talking about, Chris. Thank you. That's why I tried to give a disclaimer in the beginning. Come through, come through. So, but wait, here's the thing, Captain.
Why, why,
So,
why I got to be a dog? You know what you sound
no,
like?
nobody saying you
No,
a
no,
dog.
no,
Why?
no. I got to
No.
say this. I got to say this. I got to say this.
Go ahead.
Chris,
Say
you know
it.
what it sound like?
Say it.
It sound like when I was in Jersey and a cop pulled me over and I was with a bunch of friends and everybody had a record but me. And he literally arrested me And I said, why you arresting me? He said, because I don't believe you who you are. I said, why? He said, because you're a black man without a record. That's like saying you a man that don't cheat. Don't put me in that. So no, all men don't cheat. All black
We
men
not
are not.
okay. So the statement is not saying all men cheat, right? But I'm just
I
saying
have.
that
Find me
what
an
happened.
ex that said I cheated on him. I'll wait. I'll wait. Go ahead.
Okay, so you're not listening. You're all in your emotions. We're not saying that all men cheat. So nobody's saying that. Okay. So we're just saying, keep it 100, but fine. You never did anything. We get it, right? So what I'm saying to you is if your woman did cheat, the reason behind why she cheated would matter as to why you would take her back or not.
Yes.
Did she have a one night stand or was she in another relationship? Well, I hear you flights with Coco. So if it was a one night stand, you good. But if it was a relationship, you not.
Eh, I mean, it's
Because you said, why did she cheat?
yeah, because you got different reasons, and I said before, it's like because my whole thing is this: if you found something better, why are you here? Okay, whatever it is, if you got more money, better sex, if you found something better, why are you here? Leave me alone. That I'm a component of that one. Leave me alone. You found something better. You think dude is better. You think you found something you want to be with. You cheated. Leave me alone. You really got to come at me to say why should I take you back? Now if I'm out here doing messy stuff like you, I can't say nothing. I got to be honest with myself. I'm out here running a monkey up fool. I'm doing the same thing you're doing. I got to call a spade a spade. Maybe we meant for each other. But if I'm sitting there, I know I'm doing right by you. I'm not running up no other woman doing things behind your back, and you creeping. Yeah, like I said, I can't say no, but it's probably going to be no. But I can't say
So let me ask you this. Are you okay if it was maybe it was an emotional relationship and it wasn't physical? She just had an emotional relationship, with texting and calling and speaking to someone. Are you good? You found out it was an emotional relationship. She's like, I'm done. It's okay. I'm going to stop. Are you good?
it depends. I mean, look,
Lust and longing. There are two
yeah,
reasons to cheat. Lust. No, you can have an emotional relationship out of loneliness. Maybe y'all together, but she's feeling lonely and neglected. So she didn't physically cheat with someone, but she has this whole emotional relationship and attachment with someone. Are you okay? Will you forgive that?
that might be forgivable. But if you're talking physical, I have to know what's going on. I mean, sometimes it might be, but like I said, why are you? Because why are you lonely? Are you lonely because I'm working two jobs and trying to pay these bills? Like, why are you
You
lonely?
could work. No, hold on. Let me say this though. You could work 7 jobs and your chick cannot be lonely. You can work one job and always be home, and your chick can be lonely.
Yeah,
Check that out and let that marinate for 1 second. So it's not about the 2 jobs. It's about, are you paying attention to your boo? And if you paying attention to her, then she not going to be lonely. There is no emotional relationship. There's no other relationship, maybe, but it depends on the person. So, but
mm-hmm,
my thing is right now, I want to focus on forgiveness. Are you
mm-hmm.
forgiving? Are you going to forgive the emotional relationship? Are you going to forgive the physical relationship? Are you going to forgive maybe a one night stand? Will you forgive?
It depends on where our relationship is.
Yeah, the flights with Coco said emotional relationship. Nope, nope, nope. Her heart is in that. Mr. Christian said facts. Dave Jermaine said no, 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 nah. So are you forgiving? All is forgiven, but
I can forgive and I can still leave. There you go. 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 I can forgive and be peace. You can forgive somebody and not trust them again. You can forgive somebody and not trust them again.
So okay. So if we were married, no. Okay, so let me ask you this. So let me ask you this. Have you ever circled back, did a remix with an ex? Y'all broke up, maybe a couple weeks later, maybe a month later, or maybe years later. Or maybe somebody, it wasn't even that you broke up. It's like you know, there was somebody in high school you used to date, and now you're running to each other again. Are we good? Like you gonna do a remix? Will you do a remix?
I I have
Emotional
had
is a connection.
yeah.
Emotional is a
Okay, so
connection.
I
But
have had.
sometimes, wait 1 second, Kevin. But sometimes what happens is physical turns into emotional and turns into a connection. Because it's this whole soul ties, but we're not gonna jump into that tonight right now. But go ahead,
Soul
Kevin.
ties
What's
with
going
long
on?
soulmates. But go ahead.
Go
Um.
ahead.
Okay, like I said, I have revisited the sexual part, but never the relationship.
Mm. And the chick was in agreement with that?
It was their call.
Oh, okay.
I've never called an ex for sex. They've always called me.
Oh.
Facts.
Oh, okay, facts. All right, facts. Okay, so if an ex said, you know what, I've been out there for a while, I've been through a lot in this world, you know, let's do this, let's try this again. You willing to try?
Depends on how we broke up and why we broke up. Like I said, all can be forgiven, but things can't be forgotten. So if somebody was real messy in a breakup and did a lot of crazy stuff, you know what I mean? It is what it is. So so
I
if some,
found, go ahead.
so if someone was messy in a relationship, and it was like I said, there are situations where yeah, we could get back together. We could have gotten back together, but we just didn't, you know. But like I said, depends on why we broke up and what the situation was. Because for me, um, if someone bailed on me, and what I felt was a minute situation, then why would you know what I mean? Like you have to explain to me why. Was you going through something? What was going? You know what I mean? So it is that, but I'm not against it. You know, um, I'm not against it. Depends on which ex it is. Depends
So do
on.
you have that person? You know, a lot of people have this person. Do you have that person that they can call you right now and you would turn back?
No, no. At one point there was a person like that, but I got over that. So once you get through that, that's a test in itself. It was emotional. She enjoyed the sex, so she called me back for the sex. But I could never detach the sex from emotions at that time, and so because of how we were in a relationship, so it was very difficult. And the last time we had sex, by that time I was detached emotional, and I could really care less. So that was the only one.
All right. You know what, Kevin? Now I am having feedback. I hear it. Is it, did you change your mic again?
Mm-mm.
All right. I don't know what's going on. I hope it's how are we sounding, everyone? Is the sound okay? Okay. So you would never, so just I don't know if I hope it is. It sounded better to me now. So just to make it clear here, you would never take back a cheater.
No,
Um, you're not circling back. You're not doing a remix. You're not going back to an ex or a past relationship.
I'm not saying I'm not. Just never came across that way. Never came up.
Oh, okay. So you said it just never presented itself, but you're open to it.
Now, probably not. I can't think of an ex that I would take back right now.
So how did most of your relationships end? Was they all just very tumultuous?
I don't understand what. Wow. Woo!
Never is a long time. There could be a case where the relationship would survive infidelity, but there would have to be some real strong love and understanding to patch it up. I totally agree. I totally agree. So, here's the thing. And like the echo goes back and forth. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with that tonight. Sorry about the echo, guys. But here's the thing I think, right? That, stuff happens
Mm-hmm.
and you have to dissect why did this stuff happen? So, if the person is a serial cheater, that's one thing. If the person, there was some situation that happened that perhaps we can work through, that would be a whole nother thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but the other problem I think is too, it's like where's the connection? Like say it was an emotional relationship, where is the connection with you and this person? Do you work with this person? Is it someone that even if you claim you're going to cut it off, you're still going to see frequently? So there's a lot of dynamics that would go into the situation. And then yeah, I agree, never is a long time. Yeah, never is a long time because you just never know. You never know. And here's my thing, people change.
Mm-hmm.
People do change. There are some people that really do change and they grow. And then sometimes people find out, they think the grass is greener on the other side. And
Mm-hmm.
then when they get to the other side, they realize the grass is brown. And then they be like, you know what? Let me come back. I learned from my mistakes. I learned, you are the one. I want you. And, that was the past. And I'm over that now. So people grow, as you stated. So maybe when y'all first together, their mindset and wasn't in the right place. And then now later on, they're ready. I don't have that person, but Call will remind me of amusement park ride. LOL. I don't have that person, but that call will remind me of the amusement park ride. LOL. Damn those flashbacks. LOL. So you have to see the person. I think it's an individual thing, and you would need to really see what the person is about and like what's going on with that person and where they're at now. So it's definitely a possibility in my mind, and people can change. Now, did they change? I don't know.
Sometimes you'll never find out. I mean, it's like I said, if it's in God's plan, it comes around, then fine. But I'm not going to chase it.
Here's the thing though, and I'm glad you're bringing this up. You're saying God's plan, right? So the thing is with all of us, I mean, well, how I like to speak general. How do you really know? Sometimes it's difficult to really know. Did God send this person or did the devil, for lack of a better word? Okay. Because they both come in a pair and are dressed the same way. So, you don't know sometimes until you go through it with the person. And then you start to see some things. And then you have to say, okay, you know what? Maybe this didn't come from the place I thought it came from. So, yes, you have to pray. You have
Mm-hmm.
to pray. But sometimes we mix up the answer of prayer because it's what we want. We think it was the answer from God and it wasn't.
But
And so
also,
then you
that's
have
when
to
it,
quiet
also
your mind. Go ahead. Go ahead.
also that's where the lust comes in too. Because if it's somebody, because here's the deal, you can have somebody that whatever reason y'all broke up, but y'all compatible sexually,
Uh-huh.
and it's an amazing thing. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Y'all just have this connection sexually. It's like, yo, we just whenever we see each other, it's on, it connects. And so sometimes you have that situation, and then what happens is you get caught behind that lust, and you get caught behind it thinking, okay, this is what God sent me, or this is what I needed. Because here's the other thing you don't talk about too is like, loneliness and craving affection.
Mm,
You
mm.
know what I mean? Affection is just as strong as lust. Is just as strong as that being horny. Like, yo, you lust. You lust affection. You lust just being in the bed, cuddling with somebody. You miss that. Those are things that
That can
you.
get you in trouble if
Uh-huh.
you
You can
don't
find
have
yourself in
everything
the
under.
wrong bed. You can find yourself in the wrong bed. Trust me. You can find
So
yourself in the
so
wrong bed. But
so
you
you
can't be
brought
in
up
mine.
a good you brought up a good statement there, loneliness, right? So what happens, I think, when people are single, you need to be mindful and careful of how you deal with your loneliness, right? Because your loneliness can lead you into a situation that, wasn't sent by God, wasn't meant for you, and not what you should have or where you should be. But as you stated, you're just maybe and craving just hanging out with somebody. Or, I mean, COVID has changed a lot of things, but like going to the movies with somebody, going to dinner with somebody, or having an adult conversation with someone other than just your friends. So that loneliness too, it can sneak in and have you doing things that you just don't want to do or that you don't normally do. But then too, if you speak to the wrong person, they will try to tell you too, how to solve your loneliness. And that can run you down the wrong path too. So you
You gotta know
definitely
who you're
have to
talking
be
to, though. You gotta see. Here's the deal, and this is what people don't get. Because people
careful.
want to, blame it on the alcohol, blame it on situations, and this, that, and the third. You knew that person wanted you. You
Hmm.
knew that person is attracted to you, and you sat up in there, and they said, "Oh, I just want to come over. We can Netflix and chill, or whatever, 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 whatever." Or you knew situation. You come through the door, and she, you can already tell she ain't got no drawers on, or he coming through the door with something in it. You know the setup. But you invited it. And you try to run this, well, I didn't mean it for it to happen, whatever. You wanted it to happen, okay? You wanted it to happen. I used to have a rule at one point, I don't go into any female's house. I ain't talking about friends and family, but I don't go to any female's house without a condom. I don't care if it's the first date or the 10th date. So you knew you wanted something to happen. And that's the bottom line. Because trust me, I've heard ain't nothing gonna happen. We just come in to chill. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, we naked on the couch. So people sit there and it's nothing there. It can be a sense of loneliness. That runs through a lot. That runs through a lot of people. And like you said, with COVID going on and people living by themselves, you said not having an adult to talk to, not even having another adult to look at one point. You know what I mean? You're not even having another adult to look at. And so you end up in situations you knew you should have left him alone, or you knew you should have left her alone, but you invited them over because you wanted something to happen. And then, and so these situations is real. You lonely. Loneliness is can make you make some bad decisions. So you got to be very, very careful. And just, I'd rather just deal with the loneliness and try to pray my way out of it than to end up in a situation I don't want to be in. You know. So that's just that. So it's a strong action. It's a strong situation.
It's a strong emotion.
Hmm.
And you have to find healthy ways of dealing with it in
Hmm.
order to not find yourself in a situation that you don't want to be in and that you can't change later. So let me ask you this. Have you ever dealt with someone where you knew that they liked you and they wanted to be in a relationship with you, but that's not what you wanted, but you didn't tell them?
Yes.
And has someone done it to you?
Yes.
And did you
Well,
address it?
I don't.
Honestly, who has set the relationship? Who has set the relationship standards? Eric, so what do you mean by that? That's an interesting question. Like, who set the relationship standards? I will say this. I think that either it can happen together as a couple, or from my experience, I feel like, I always set the standard in my relationship. I'm just being truthful.
I'm
I
not
said,
surprised.
yeah, I set the standard. But listen, somebody, thank you, Eric, for that question. But somebody got to set the standard.
Mhm.
And so I
Okay.
always set the standard. But see, here's the thing though, Kevin. You do either directly or indirectly teach people how to treat you.
Hmm.
So if there are no standards, then it could be messy. And what are we going to go by? What's going to happen here?
Hmm.
So people say they want the truth and they want to hear the truth, but then when they hear the truth, sometimes they can't deal with it. So yes, you have to set standards. And yeah. Is this just in America? Just look at other cultures. You know, well here, yeah, that's true. Not just here, but I'm just saying with me though. I'm going to set the standards. I'm going to give you the truth about me because you need to know up front, and I need to know up front. Are you going to be able to deal with me? So why, have us get what I like to call locked and loaded? Everybody's all in love, and then you gonna find out later that you can't deal with my personality, or you not, I'm not your cup of tea. LOL, they can't handle the truth. You got to be able to handle the truth. You got to be able to handle the facts. Now we do know this, and we have said this before in our relationship conversations that everybody what was I going to say? People put up, fronts. I don't want to say fronts. Everybody's on their best behavior when you first meet and, you're starting to date, when you're initially dating. Everybody's on their best behavior.
First
But
impression.
first impressions. But as you're going through these different dates, you got to drop little nuggets about yourself and your personality to see if the person can deal with it and can handle it. So you know what I'm saying? And that's what we talked about too. When do you start to drop all of your authentic truths?
I say start from the door.
You don't start from no door. You ain't when
Look,
you going on
look,
a
look,
first date.
no. But what I'm saying is this. Listen to me. You know what you're getting into. So if somebody says, "Look, I drink," I may not be alcoholic, but I drink.
You got somebody agreeing with you day
Yeah.
one.
Why I gotta wait for?
Whoa. Well, Eric, we are told legally we can only marry one person, but who said we can't date or be in love with several people? Well, hold on. Well, I mean, listen, Eric. First of all, hold on now. You got me all jumbled here. First of all, let's say this, right? You can date several people as long as all the people involved know that all these people are being dated at the same time. But what you can't do is date one person, have them thinking they the only one, and you dating five other people too. Now, this let me look this up and be in love with several people. That's messy.
Other
That's
cultures
all the
do
way.
it. Other
That's
cultures
messy.
do it.
I don't no. But we ain't doing that over here.
That's on you.
Be in love with several people.
But that's on
How
you.
how
That's
does
why
that
I
work
don't.
out?
But see, I get what he's saying. That's why I don't judge other people's situation. If that's what you do, that's what you do.
My time is valuable. That's what I'm talking about. I have to be straight up on the door. If someone doesn't like
Yeah.
the real
So
me,
you
I want
saying
to know
when do
from
you
the
drop
start.
the information they want? If Eric is saying this, he's coming from the door. This is where he at. Don't come to me at day 3 saying, day 4 and 5 saying, well, um, I like to date several different men, or I'm
And
bisexual.
usually men like that don't tell you. You have to find out. You have to find out.
Yeah,
Usually they not
but
telling you. You end up finding
would you
out.
want to find out a man is bisexual on the first date or the fifth date?
Of course, I mean something like that you would want to find out on the first day. But I'm keeping it like right now, like not even going there. I'm just saying, yeah, I agree. You got an agreement there, Adrian. Yes, that's how I am too. I'm going to tell you straight up front. I mean, dropping out every nugget, but you're going to know, by date number 5 who you're dealing with for sure, all the way, 100%. But I got to go back to, all of this being in love with several people at the same time. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We ain't getting down like that. We're not doing all this. And here's my other problem too, Kevin. There are men out there where you have to ask all the direct questions to get the truth. Do you have a girlfriend? Is there somebody out there that thinks you their girlfriend? Are you married? Do you have a wife? Okay. I'm not you separated, but are y'all still living together? Call me when you're totally done if I'm still available. Like, get out of here. No one should have to ask all of these questions. If a man, and this is a public service announcement we're doing right now, if a man approaches a woman, he needs to be totally single.
Hold
Don't
up,
be
hold
approaching
up,
the
hold
woman. Wait,
up.
hold on. Let me finish my public service announcement. Don't be approaching a woman and you still in a situation. Okay. If you not divorced, you just separated, go sit in your corner and wait till you get divorced. If you and your woman, y'all trying to figure out your life, but y'all still together, don't approach no other woman until you are 100% single. If you're not single, stay to yourself or with the chick you with or whatever it is you're doing over there. Don't approach nobody if you're not 100% single.
Hmm. Now I actually was on a date with a
Uh-huh.
woman and find out that she was sleeping with somebody. That she
Mm.
yeah, and she approached me as divorced. She said I'm divorced. Okay, and I found out at the date she wasn't divorced. So this whole thing, the man, you're telling me at a date, how I know this fool ain't following you in the parking lot and he's stalking you. You know what I mean? And now he thinking we got an affair, whatever, 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 and I get shot on some dumb stuff. You know? I told you I dealt with a stalker before. He wasn't stalking me, he was stalking her. So it's I just look at it as a certain way. So that's just that. You know,
So
it's not just man. If you're gonna be upfront, be upfront. Tell me who you dealing with, who you messing with. If you say, look, I just want to smash, you might get mad, but at least he's telling you where he stands at. I just want to smash. I ain't looking for nothing else. If somebody comes and plays the game, I want a relationship, I want to be with you, yada yada yada. This is what the snakes come at, and they wind you down. There guys who will drop money on a woman just to hit it. I'm talking mad money. Take you out to the nicest places, the nicest things, whatever, 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 and hit it a couple of times in bail, and they cool with it. So I'm saying is that is you come out the door, who's really being? I think if you're honest, I think you attract what you put out. If you put out honesty, you attract honesty.
yeah. So Eric, you could go ahead, Kevin, come back. Is there a specific way to worship God if you are a believer in faith? Is Baptist, Catholic, or Jehovah Witness the right way? I mean, I think you just do whatever religion that you believe in. I think that's what you do, and that's the right way. I think that the world gets separated a lot because we want to start breaking down religions. We want to start breaking down, color. We want to start breaking down cultures. And all of that is almost the way it's designed. It separates us, right? But I don't think there's no separation. I mean, if you pray and you believe, you pray and you believe. So I don't think there's a right way. I think just being a good person, being spiritual, praying and know that there's a higher being that runs this world and rules us and is in us and is responsible for everything that we have and that we do. I think that's it. And so I agree with you. You have to ask the questions. You need to answer. Yes, you can't expect that people will divulge all information that you think is relevant. That is true. That's the truth, because I think it is relevant. That doesn't mean that they do, and maybe they didn't tell the information not because they was withholding it. They didn't tell it because that's something that wasn't anything that was important to them. But I will say this though, what should be important to all is your relationship status. You should not come to someone and you're in a relationship and you're asking them out or you're trying to date them. So other things, yes, I will be in agreement that you need to ask the questions to the answers that you want to, to the things that you want to know. But no one, everybody, if you come in and asking somebody to go out, then you need to be single, right? Um, are you practicing all of those faiths at once? Yeah, Sharon, that's a good question. I wonder if Eric is, or if he's just trying to say, I don't know if maybe he was thinking, can all, religions mix? And, that's a whole nother topic in and of itself. So I don't know if he's practicing all of them at once. Kev seems to have happened to you, but you never have Steph cheated, misled, etc. um,
I'm misled.
the,
I've never cheated. I'm misled. I'm misled. I'm misled. I'm not gonna lie to you about that.
so you are right, Eric. If you are telling somebody up front what they're about to get into and they accept it or not, I'm in agreement with that. I had a girlfriend that said, don't come to me and you have a girlfriend and I don't know, and then you wait until I fall in love with you and I'm locked and loaded, and then you want to tell me about another girlfriend or something like that. If you're upfront and that person that you're trying to date is in agreement with it, then hey, it's all good. Y'all got a good thing going on. But you have to be upfront. That's my thing. You have to be upfront. You have to speak your truth. You have to tell your truth. If you and don't and you can't wait too long to tell your truth. And I think as adults, certain things which are important to speak up about right away. And there's other things that maybe you didn't know to say or not. But one thing, another public service announcement, is your status in terms of your relationship status. You need to let that known up front. And as I stated, you shouldn't be approaching anybody if you're not single.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's just my thought on that. And Kev, did you want to answer Chris Love's Love there?
Yeah, let me express that real quick. I am 51 years old and I've been in a total of 4 relationships. I've been single most of my life because I didn't have to lie. Now I'm not gonna get into the personal. She knows the personal, but I've seen some crazy things happen in my life and my family over relationships and stuff like that. So I've had decades of being single, decades, where I guess that's why I moved the way I moved. So I didn't have to lie. You know what I mean? Now some people might have been misled at certain things, but for the most part, once I hit 30 plus, I was straight up. This is who I am. This is what I'm trying to do. I didn't really meet a lot of women on, when the internet came about. I didn't meet a lot of women on these love sites. I met them on sex sites. To keep it real with you, you knew what I was getting into. You know what I mean? So it wasn't on these dating sites like that. I was straight up. So for me, I mean, a lot of people will run around and tell you this, that, and the third. Just like I said, I don't want you to waste my time. I'm not going to waste yours. This is where I'm at. So if in my life I'm in a different place right now, I don't waste my time with the people I don't feel is worth it. You know what I mean? So it's okay, but I didn't. I'm not saying I was honest. I have misled. Yeah, I have misled people, but I've never cheated on somebody. When I say about like misled somebody in the sense of, yeah, and this is back in the day when I was younger. I had them believing that it was going to turn into something more, knowing hell and well it wasn't. Yeah, I've done that. I did it. I hadn't believed it was gonna be something more, but I was never just like I said. You can if you sit there and put out there, there's no serious relationship I was in where I cheated. Now, if you that was the situation, now I'm not, and that's just me. So that's just where I am in.
Oh, okay. So we're not okay. That's fine. So let me ask you this. So, with you said you've been in four serious relationships over your lifespan thus far. Have all of them said something similar to you at the I guess for lack of a better word, the demise of the relationship?
Hmm. The, twice I heard I was selfish.
Mm.
Um. Uh. It was two different relationships. But I always felt that, and let me explain myself for people who don't understand. I was raised to be a one man, one woman type of guy. It was the hurt that led me to the other guy. You understand? I became the other guy. The other guy, I liked his life a lot better than the nice guy. Okay? And say what you want to say, but as the other guy, I kept my money. As the other guy, I got mine. As the other guy, I walked out without being hurt. When I was the nice guy and I was the respectful guy and the gentleman that mama raised me to be, I was the one that was walked over. I was the one treated certain ways. I was the one, and I'm not saying for ever speaking of my truth. That's how I was treated. But when I became the asshole, when I became the look, yo, I just want to smash and go. When I became that dude, and I really do believe the attraction was women wanted to say, I'm gonna make her my man, and I wouldn't. And I think that's what made it the attraction part because I wasn't settling. I was like, nah, I'm good. So I think that's what made it that situation. But for me, it was the hurt. It's just like how a hurt woman can become bitter. You
Mm.
know, what's up, Paul?
What up? What up, Derek?
A hurt woman can become bitter over time. You like why she act that way because she was hurt and she was dogged out by men, and now she's just bitter B word that everyone calls her because of her situation. So I became that bitter dude. Was like, okay, you know what? Let's just go out here. Let's do what we're gonna do, and leave the emotions to the side.
All right, well, settle in, Paul. Philo in the building.
What up?
Um,
What up, baby
what's
girl?
up? Ah, Jeff Kev is here. So, Paul, we've been in this conversation for a minute. I'm glad you have entered the building. Before I allow you to speak, I got to give you our new rules here. You got to be truthful. You got to be your authentic self. You got to keep it real. Okay. And it's the no judgment zone. It's a no judgment zone. Are you ready?
I've been ready. I've been ready for years, baby.
So
I
messy.
heard that.
Stay still, stay still. So we're talking love versus lust. We're talking
Say it again.
relationships here. But I want to ask you this, okay? This is the question I want to get into with you. Have you
With me
ever
per se? With me per se?
with
With me?
you? Yeah,
Oh,
with
okay.
you.
Oh shit. You've been waiting a long time for right this, sis, right?
Okay, and watch your mouth, watch your mouth. Okay,
No, you said
so
be myself, right? That's myself, man. Don't tell what you want to do. Watch my mama be myself. Which one?
oh geez. All right, be yourself.
All
So
right. All
listen.
right. Thank you,
So
sugar.
listen.
I'm listening.
Okay. Have you ever been in a relationship with a female and have not told her, like maybe you dated two females at one time and they both didn't know? Have you ever been in a situation like that?
Hell no. Every relationship I've been in, I let first the person know before we even get in the bed, before we even get to that door, what I am and what I do. I am a self-made millionaire. Broke millionaire, put it that way, broke millionaire. And I am not my relationship will be open. Like we friends to the end. I'm friends to the end with you. Only person can fuck our relationship is that person, not me. I do who I want to do with. You could do the same. You got a husband, you got a man, you got whatever, girl, whoever. Then do that. Just keep it safe and clean. And I also, before anything go down, I need papers. I need papers for, you know, now I need paper for the vaccine shots. And the other one was the AIDS shot, this and that. Make sure you say before I even do jump into my thing. So a lot of females was like, what? What you talking about? Like, you know what I'm talking about? That's what I want. You ain't gotta do it, but we ain't gonna jump in the bed. We can jump in the bed, but we ain't doing intimate things. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of females like didn't understand that type of person like me saying this and wanting that paper to prove that this and that. And that's what I've been doing for all my life. That's why I'm still here and healthy, baby. Where we at? And they, you either do it or don't do it. We can still be friends, but we're not gonna be friends like that. I prefer you get them papers because I want to get into something else. So I tell everybody up front from the jump, from the door, what it is, how I am. You ask me a question, like I'll tell y'all now, on here, whoever's on here, you ask me a question, I'm gonna give you a straight up answer. If I can't answer it, then I'm like, I can't answer it. But most likely, I answer any question straight up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. That's me. Does that answer your question, sister?
That answers my question. So my next question to you is, would you circle back to any of your previous relationships? Are you still good friends with all of the people you've been in a previous relationship with? And would you consider going back into a relationship with one of your past relationships?
Yes. Again, I just finished answering that question. I said I'm friends to the end,
Oh, okay.
regardless of what. So you fucked up. I'm still your friend. You ain't gotta be my friend. You ain't gotta talk to me, but you need me to talk, to be there. If I got the time and I feel like it, I do it. I'm friends to the end, baby. Or so your question to that, yes.
All
As
right. Well,
far as as
go
far as
ahead.
intimate, then it could be a different thing. So now I need to get in some details now. You know what I'm saying? I need some papers again. Who you dealing with, this and that, and I also to go on why did we drop off the way we dropped off. So I won't keep myself in danger. That's why I'm healthy again, and I'm safe and go any place I want to go anywhere around the world. You gotta make sure you get there with a person like, though, who you dealing with. Am I in danger? You gotta take your mind to it and see is this person lying or not. Can you trust her or not before you get back into anything? If you dropped off, did I answer your question? You understand what I'm saying?
No, you no, I totally understand what you're saying. You got to be
Okay.
able to
All
trust
right.
the person, and I
Right.
and I get that wholeheartedly. I get that 100%.
Mhm.
So the dating world today, how do you feel about it? How are you navigating through it?
It's fucked up.
Oh my gosh! Please
It's
with the
fucked up.
mouth.
Shoot, you can't trust nobody. Nobody got no. They ain't get their shots. So now I got for proof of your shots in your second shot. Now the booster shot in the AIDS test and this and that. It's too much now. I mean, my sex life has been like bum 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 bum. No good. You know what I'm saying? For the last how many months? Almost a year. Word up. I had a couple of people and we you asked that question. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. It's fucked up
Okay,
right now.
I I I
Real fucked
I
up.
I appreciate that. So what are you
Real fucked
looking
up.
for in a woman?
We're looking for a woman. I'm looking for a down to earth, happy go happy, working woman. If you're not working, um, how can I put it? Looking for work, or at least trying to better yourself and want help to try and better yourself, I don't want no deadbeat. Put it that way. I want no deadbeat. Can I get $1? Can I have 5? I don't want none of that. You understand? You can ask me what you want to ask me. I'll give it to you, but you need to prove yourself. Like, why you ain't got $1, baby? Why you got that? So
Why she
I
gotta
I
prove
want.
herself? If she needs something from you, she needs something from you. Why she gotta prove
Okay,
herself?
so you got to prove yourself. Like, why you need? Like I said, listen to me. If you ask me for $5, now today, listen. Let me give some details with y'all. I got a problem with this. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get off the subject for a minute, but it's really in the subject. I just found out. You know the little scooters around the city right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just found out from my coworker, like people don't EBT, welfare, public assistance. They pay. No, in fact, let's go. We pay. I pay. I did it last weekend. I went one way from the Manhattan to the Bronx, $25. Then back another $25. So that's $50. But I heard yesterday that you on EBT, public assistance, you pay $2 a month. So if you paying $2 a month and getting free food stamps for free money for food, credit card they give you now, and paying half or most of your rent, don't ask me for shit. Cause I'm paying car insurance, gas, life insurance. They got life insurance. They got how many cars they got? Health insurance. They got 3 cars, right? Medicaid, Blue Shield, Blue Cross, all that crap. I got one, and I got to pay like, oh my god, I'm gonna go to that. So you know what I'm saying? So don't ask me for no money. Why you ain't got $5? Why you got $1? And you got everything free for you. You pay $2 a month to ride these scooters. I just paid $50 two ways for less than an hour. Don't ask me for shit unless you really fucked up. Like, okay, I lost my EBT
Whoa,
card. I lost the
whoa,
EBT
whoa,
card.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
So and
whoa,
so and
whoa,
so
whoa,
and
whoa,
so.
whoa. Let's move
I'm
on.
listening.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. So let me just with that situation right there. First of all, let me do a public service announcement for you, okay, my brother? If your woman needs money, you give her the money.
Oh, wait, wait, wait,
That's
wait, wait,
it.
wait, 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 wait. You said, you said, Rick, you didn't say woman. Did you say woman? My woman?
Yes.
Oh, I can't answer that question, man. I ain't got no woman. I told you I'm a free agent all the way around. I ain't got no woman. I can't answer that question. So disregard everything I said, sugar. I ain't got no woman. I ain't got no woman.
If you
Uh-uh.
had a woman, here's the
I ain't
public
no
service
if,
announcement.
nothing. It's no if. It's no ifs. It's no ifs.
Oh,
Want me to explain
okay.
that? Can I explain that to you? Can I get a minute?
Yes. Yes, I got a minute.
If you have Derek, you listen, Derek?
That's not Derek, that's Kev.
Okay, all right, listen. If you have a woman, girlfriend, woman, wife, fiance, whatever, you are now 16 to 15 to 16 years old. Now you got to ask this woman everything. Baby, can I, da 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 da? Baby, I'm going over here. Is it okay? You get my point? I ain't got no woman,
Depends
so I
on
ain't
the
gonna ask
woman.
no,
Depends on the
huh?
man. It's not happening here.
I said it again.
Bro, I ask somebody, can I go somewhere?
Your wife.
Your wife, you want to? Okay, here's the deal.
I'm
Because I've
listening.
been married. Okay, she's coming to me and she said, "Oh, a couple of my friends want to go out and have a couple of drinks tonight." Hey, knock yourself out.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Respect the situation. It is what it is. You
Right,
know.
I got you.
Now the same situation. If I'm going out with my boys, now you got to understand when you do have a wife at home, you have to monetize. You have to manage that. You have to see that situation. You can't be everywhere and anywhere. You're in a relationship, but it's not going to be like, "Oh, babe, can I go to the gym?" You know, we're not doing
You went
that.
to the gym
I understand
yesterday.
what
Why
you're
you gotta
saying,
go
but
again
you're in the
today?
wrong.
Now ask a question. You went to the gym yesterday. Why you going again today? Then what you say? I'm sure. Come on. You went to the gym 2 days
Okay,
in a
well,
row. You
I will
gotta
still
go again today?
You better have a look. He said he better have a life without me. But
Huh?
but if these arms ain't get big by themselves, Took some weight to it, so I'm just saying.
Paul,
Why you
Paul,
can't buy no weights to pin in the
Your
basement?
logo, you know
Why
I do
you
all
can't buy
workout.
no
So
weights? Why you gotta
Paul,
go out? Why you can't buy no weights?
your sister said, where's your shirt?
Oh, baby, I'm about to go to bed, baby. Listen, I came in on the strength of you and anybody that needs my information. And I'm trying to show my muscles off too for anybody out there that's single. Boom, bang. But don't want to get in a relationship. Be friends. Go ahead, brother. Next question, baby.
Okay. So wait, cause I'm trying to add I'm trying to add give Day to join the conversation. I'm gonna send him the link when he sends me his email address. But here's the thing, Paul.
and
If
Eric
you
want to join
want
the conversation too.
Yeah, if you want, if you want, if you want a relationship with a good woman, you got to be a good man. Okay,
I'm a
you got
good
to have
man.
the qualities of a good man. And so, if you want my public service announcement, if you care, if you want to hear it, if you want some
I,
knowledge,
I got
right? You listening? You listening, my brother? Okay. You got to be a good man. You got to listen to your woman. You got to care for your woman. You got to protect your woman. And when she needs some funds, you got to have the funds in your pocket to give to your woman. And
It's on the
yes,
table, baby.
and
It's
yes,
on the
Paul, wait,
table.
that's
It's
Paul.
on the
Let
table.
me say this. Let me say this, Paul. Let me say this too. Here's the other thing too. This is my word. This is my truth. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
you do, Kev. You do have to say, I'm not saying everything, but you do need to let your partner know your whereabouts. You can't just be out and about on the town all types of hours of the night and they
I
don't
didn't
know where
say
you
that.
at.
I
And they
didn't
don't
say
know where
that.
you at.
I didn't
You
say that.
cannot do that. Go
I
ahead,
did
I'm
not
listening.
say that. I
Okay.
didn't. You misunderstood or misheard when I said if I'm going out with the fellas, I'm gonna let her know. But I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh, can I go out with the fellas tonight?" Now we know you can't go out every night, but the
Right.
thing is, if you're in that space, you have to be in a space. If you're in a space, you got to be out every night. Then you shouldn't be in a relationship.
Boom, bang.
That's how I look at it. If you got to be up in the club throwing your hands every weekend, you shouldn't be in a
Uh,
relationship.
but okay, right,
So
right.
when I was in that space, I wasn't in a relationship. You know,
What about? Well,
you gotta
let me
be
ask you a
in the
question, brother.
mindset of there. And here's the deal. And I've ran into women where I felt they would have made a good girlfriend or a good partner, and I walked away because I knew for a fact I was not in that space. I was not in that space. That just wasn't me. I wasn't in that space. You know what I
What
mean?
space is that? What space is that again, brother?
I wasn't in the space to be tied down to one woman. I wasn't in that space. So I wasn't I didn't want that. So
Okay,
they
let me say something. Let me tell you for a second. You said tied down. You see what you
yeah,
just said, brother? You see what you just said? Tied down. Why use that word tied down? We
because
true,
that
we true,
is
we here, right? True,
true talk,
we
real
true.
talk.
Why?
Because here's the
I was,
deal. You when you in a
I was,
relationship, y'all spending time with each other, right? Y'all
huh? Say it
spending
again.
time with each other, spending quality time. So the point
Right.
is this: if you want to stick and move the way you want to stick and move anytime you want to, that's not a relationship. Because a relationship is give and take. It's give and take. So it's like this. I've sat in movie theaters and watched movies I didn't want to see because she wanted to see it. Just like I know she probably wanted to go see movies I didn't want to see. So it's just things you do. You know, okay, she want to go see this play. All right, she want to go see. It's you do things like that when you're in a relationship. You know what I mean? So it's the point of it can't always be me. It can't be selfish. If it's gonna be selfish, then you might as well be by yourself.
Right.
So
Exactly.
that's it. When I was in that selfish mode, I was out. You know, hey, look, you see them. I'm in my own
Yes,
space
yes.
right here.
Mr. Christian gets it. I'm going to the moon for her. Yes,
Mm.
you gotta go
Hold on,
to the moon
I'll
and
be right
back
back, y'all.
for your woman.
If you're in that position to, if you want to do that, that's the whole key. When you got somebody that you really would ride and die for, that you would run through fire with gasoline drawers for, that's when you got that person. But if you're not in that space, don't waste their time. That's why I say don't waste mine. I don't like you can't say I wasted your time if I'm over here, you wasting your time trying to tie me down, and I don't want to be tied down. That's on you. I
Well,
told you I was.
everybody, but here's the thing, Kev. Everyone does not say their truth. Okay, so we on here, and that's fine and good, but everyone doesn't speak their truth like that, and that's why there's demise in relationships. That's why there's resentment. That's why there's pain. That's why there's hurt, because the person is with you doing what they do, and they're doing everything that resembles a relationship, but yet they don't want to be in a relationship, and they stringing you along, and they
Yeah,
stringing you along because they like the benefits of what they're getting. So
yeah,
yes, you said we can say whatever we want, but the real truth is there's people that do not speak their truth,
Right.
that be messing with your head,
Mm-hmm.
and then
both
you
men
get your
and women,
emotions involved. Don't
both
play
men.
with the heart. Don't play with the heart.
Yes,
Can I
both
Yes,
ask
men
y'all a
and
question?
women
Can
have
I ask
done
a
that.
question? Can I ask the next
yes,
question?
yes.
All right, let me get my shit together here. Hold on. All right, you're a single man. Forget what age it is. Oh, your age, middle age, 40, or so and so. So now you can come, you can get up, you gotta go to work, be to work at 9. So you gotta get up 2 hours, 7 o'clock to get to work at 9, right? Get up work, you know, take a lunch break, you go have an hour lunch break, you go where you want to go, eat, come back, do your shift, and go home. If you want to go home, if you decide to go here or there, whoever, and stay a minute to 3 hours, come back home. I forgot. Get up and dress and put on what you want to put on. I'm saying all this in detail because I've been through it and I wasn't never married. And I seen and I know people that have been married, that are married, had girlfriend and boyfriend, this and that, and go through this. No, put that on. I asked
Oh,
females,
yeah,
listen,
yeah.
let me finish. Let me finish.
Uh-huh.
I asked them,
Uh-huh.
well,
Okay.
what should I wear? Pick something up. I'm going, listen, when I get back from my second job, I got 3 hours. Go in my closet and pick something up for me to wear. Get back there and pick shit out. Why you gotta pick something out? Wear anything. You going right to work? You ain't going to no party. Not like I bought these clothes for a reason. I got the sweatpants for rainy days. Just pick me something out. They don't want to pick. I figured it out. They don't want to pick nothing out because they want you to look fly for the next person. I want to not one person, not two, not three, not four, not five, several. That's one. Now you saying I'm telling you, once you're married or in a relationship, you have to ask this and call in for this and call in and that. I haven't heard you in 8, 9 hours. What time you got to work? 5 o'clock. So why you didn't call me? Uh, was I supposed to call you?
Something
So
could have
now I'm
happened
married.
to you.
Now I'm
Something
married.
could
I
have
got a
happened to
relationship.
you.
Now I'm supposed to call you a certain time. I put a call you and let you know that I'm here. I made it.
Something could have
Just let
happened.
me finish, sugar. Or I want to make sure you're safe. I've been safe for 54 years, sugar. I'm safe today. You got my mama number. You got my sister Cheryl number. Call her. Don't call me. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm doing what my business. I'm working. And then after that, I'm coming home. I'm paying rent. I'm coming home. Now another thing is for us hanging out.
Hold
I
on,
don't
hold,
do no
hold,
hanging.
hold on, hold on, hold on. So a lot of stuff depends upon how you started your relationship. Okay.
No, like you
So if
no,
the
like you
start,
said, be honest. Like you said, again, be
yeah,
honest.
no,
And
no,
I
I
told you
know. No, I
also
want to be honest. But what I'm saying is
from from the start.
a lot of that information that's happening to you is how you started. So this probably what happened when you started and you started dating her. You probably was like, "Hey, babe, just got off of work. I'll be home in 15 minutes. On my way." That's the problem right there. So you started a precedent, and
Did
then
I
now
say
you
that?
mad.
You put words in
Now
my
you
mouth.
all
Did I
in there
say
with
that?
her, and you. I know that's what happened. I know that's what
No,
happened.
that ain't what happened. That ain't what happened.
Yes, it
That
did.
ain't what. No, yeah.
Yes,
Let
it
me tell
did.
you what happened. Let me tell you what
Yes, tell me
happened.
what happened.
We had sex,
Well,
and once we
that
did that, so let me finish. We
okay.
had sex. Put it other way, whatever where you want to put it. But I gotta get to go to work, so I had to cut it. Went a little longer, so I gained to work a little late. Maybe didn't go to work late. I went to work so and so. Now, where you at? baby, I'm at work, sugar. I told her going to work. But it was so good. Have fun, or not so good, but have fun. Enjoy my company. Now, where you at? I'm at work, sugar. I'm at lunch right now. I'm in a meeting right now. I'll call you back. You still in a meeting? Baby, come on, sugar. Go lay down,
You
take a
and
nap.
Kevin are ridiculous.
Take a nap,
Everybody is
baby.
just
Take a
head over
nap,
heels
baby.
with y'all two. Can't get
I'm telling
enough.
you,
Who
baby.
said
Okay?
that?
They stalking y'all.
Who
They
said that?
stalking y'all. Whatever.
Listen,
I didn't say they stalked me. I
Listen,
never said anybody
listen,
stalked me.
listen. First of all, there's responsibility. There's all jokes aside. Here go a
my
public service
responsibility is
announcement.
this to get up and go to work. Regardless what I
No, no,
did
no,
last
no.
night with you, I gotta go to work and be in my meetings and taking my clients, do my books, da, put gas in my tank, make sure my car right, and think about my bills and and whatever. But I'm coming home tonight.
Time
I
out.
just paid rent.
Cause you
I just
thank
paid.
you, Mr. Christian. Thank you. Cause you changed the routine. Thank you.
Say it
Thank
again.
you. You
Say it again.
changed the routine. You
I said
cannot
what
start
I said I
a
changed.
relationship a certain way, right?
Who
And then
said
you
he
want
said
to
he
get all
changed?
brand new. You
Who
yo,
changed?
well, let me say this. Let me say this. Let me say this. Once you cross that line and you have sex with someone, you don't enter a whole
Ah,
new realm. You don't enter a whole new realm of the relationship, and you better be
wow.
ready for the responsibility. You better be ready
Wow.
for the responsibility. So
Wow.
now, don't go there. Don't go there if you're not ready.
I got called
Hold
mama.
up. Can
Mama
I
didn't
say
tell me that.
something?
I got
That's in
called
your
mama. She
world.
didn't tell me that.
That's in your world.
Yeah, thank
What?
you, homeboy.
That's in your world.
No, but wait, hold on. You right, but
That's
bust
in
it,
the
but bust
real
it, but bust
world.
it. Wait,
That's in
show
the
it.
That's
Wait,
in
real
hold on.
your
world.
world.
But what?
No,
What if?
that's in
What
the
if?
real world.
See, what if? What if we, the fellas, didn't put the thing on them? Wait, the female, you put the thing on us, and I go to work, same thing routine. I go, wait, baby, how you all right? Yeah, nigga, I'm asleep. Nigga, did you just leave 5 minutes ago? Okay, I was just making sure. Baby, you ate? Nigga, I'm still asleep. Now what? Now, same thing. Now what? I'm listening, Shovel. I wait.
Yeah, thank you,
The
Mr.
headphones
Christian.
working.
Whenever you change a routine, people get sketchy. Things
What you
go
changing?
away. Stuff
What you
happens. Okay,
changing?
so hear me out. Listen to me, right?
Tell me what
You
you
can
changing
say,
first.
wait,
What changed?
hold on. Here we go. It's a party now. What's up? Say hello to your brother, Paul.
What's up?
Are you back? Where you went? You gotta go answer that phone call, right, brother?
Yeah, is my mic working?
Gotta let them know where you was at, right?
Tap, tap, tap.
You
Y'all
have to
can hear?
prove, you have to give her the code and prove that your sister is online talking this show. That's what you have to do, right, brother?
Is my mic working?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah. I see you check me some help, so I wanted to hop on real quick. How y'all doing?
You checking the
Hop
milk.
on. What you gotta say, my brother?
Well, I don't have
Yeah,
an immediate.
brother.
I don't have an immediate comment. I'm just
You just hanging out.
because
All right.
I was
So
doing.
so while you hanging out, let me give my public service announcement. So Paul, you gotta
I'm sissy.
while I get my public service announcement, okay? You ready,
Mhm.
Kev? Y'all all ready? So here's the public service announcement. No matter what people say, people have feelings. We all in agreement with that, right? People have feelings. And so when you're in a relationship and you're having a relationship with someone, we all know as adults, once you cross that line and y'all get
What
intimate,
line is
the
that again? I'm
feeling,
sorry.
what?
What line is that again? I'm sorry. What line was that?
When y'all cross that line to get intimate,
Oh,
okay? When y'all
oh.
cross that line to get when y'all cross that line to get intimate, things
Okay.
change. Things
Oh,
change.
yeah. You right
Okay.
about
And
that,
so
baby.
you have to be ready and prepared for the things that are going to change and the emotions that are going to be connected and change that goes along with it. And when you have a normal routine in a relationship, if you break the
Yeah.
routine, something gets a little sketchy, like Mr. Christian said, and you thinking, okay, something off here. If the person always called me after work and said, babe, I just got off of work, I'm here, the minute they don't call me, and text me, I'm thinking a train hit them, a bus hit them. What happened? What happened? If every night you call me before I go to bed, and now here it is Sunday, and I'm like, well, where's my phone call at? What happened? Where's the phone call? So you don't break routines, okay? And you have to stay consistent. That's what it is. You got to be consistent, okay? And you also have to know that once you cross that line and you intimate, you got a higher level of responsibility to that relationship. So you better be ready. You better be prepared. Get your whole life together.
So
Because you in a different responsibility
Don't she
now.
sound like your teacher? Don't she sound like your high
Hold
school teacher?
So you're
Sound
talking
like
to
your high
actual
school teacher,
relationship.
right? Yeah, yeah.
Well, let me say
You're
this.
talking to actual
Let me say this.
relationship, right?
This is wait, no, let me say this to all of y'all. Even if you are not in a relationship with a female, if you're going to sit there and cross the line and get intimate with that female, you better be prepared for the emotions that are going to come along with that. If
But
she
how
starts
is it
calling
crossing the
you,
line if you both agree to
if
it?
she starts calling you and thinking y'all in a
That's what I'm
relationship,
saying.
that's
You right,
on
you right.
you. That's
No,
on you. You messed up.
That's
You
why you
messed
use
up.
your words. That's why you use your words. If I say, look, boo-boo, we mean time between time.
I'm
Okay?
like this, I'm like
You
that.
mean
I do
time
this and I
between
do
time.
that.
I'm going to hit that, get with that, and split. So now, I'm not
I'll be
showing
back
you
though. I'll be back.
I'm not
I'll be
tunneling with
back.
you. I'm not spending the night. I hit it in bed.
And Paul, you said you coming back. First of all, I
I'll
get
be
what you're
back.
saying, Kev,
Don't call me.
and
I'll
maybe
call you. I'll
that's
be
what
back.
you do.
I'll
But
be back.
rarely, I will say this: rarely ever is what they say. They may be thinking that in their head, but
What,
that's not
thinking
what
what?
they come out and say. That's not what they come out and say.
So, thinking
Not at
what?
all.
Who? Say
They
it
may
again. I'm
be
sorry.
thinking that, I don't want no real relationship with this person. I just want whatever's going to happen with us now and tonight and maybe a couple more nights or whatever the case may be. But that's not normally what they're telling the female.
Can I ask a
Very
question?
rarely.
Can I ask a
Oh, that's
question?
them knucklehead. That's them knucklehead. That's them young bucks.
Can I
Thank
ask a
you,
question?
Christian. Thank you,
That's them young
Christian.
bucks.
Can I
Thank
ask
you,
a
Christian.
question? Can I
Yes,
ask a
yes,
question?
yes.
Okay, to all the guys here, I want you to answer this too. Does good sex make a relationship?
Now, on their
Okay, so
behalf,
you
it
know
does.
what?
Does
She
good
never answered.
sex
She
make
never
a
answered.
relationship?
She's not
Because
gonna
So
be
when
true,
I
brother.
go into
you're not
She's
gonna
not
call
gonna
him
be
back. Like,
true.
if the sex was whack, you're not gonna call him back. But if he made you like shit
Exactly.
and you felt
That's what I
you
said.
squirted all over the sheets, now all
That's
of a
what I
sudden you have a
said.
relationship? Nigga.
That's what I said. Nigga, you all did it on my matches. Don't call me no more. Wait, I'm the huh? So it
Because I
wasn't
hit that
good.
spot that your ex didn't hit, that makes a
She'll call you.
relationship.
She'll call you an
You know
hour,
what you got
lunchtime.
into. Come
Exactly,
on.
homeboy. And that's when you come to your child again. I'm here, boo. I'm about to go over here. Can I go there? You mind if I go there? I'll be home like 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Mr.
That's too
Mr.
late,
Christian,
nigga.
hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Mr. Christian, thank you. The relationship can't just be sexual. Let me say this. Let me do a public service announcement for y'all because I'm trying to help the men out in the world. No, I'm trying to
What
help them.
the
No,
females? I need some more females here. I can't do it with my sister like this. Yo, Derek, come on.
No, listen. I'm trying to help the men out in the world, right?
You know, but we good. I know I'm good. Once y'all take y'all shots, I'll be even better. I'll be back on the top again. Take them shots. Get them shots. Get the boosters. I'll be back on top again. Until then, I'm fucked up.
D, answer the question. Answer the question.
All right, what's the question?
Does good sex make a relationship?
Now understand.
Or now you bounded by this woman because you put it in.
Understanding makes a relationship.
Thank you.
Communication.
No.
Thank
My
you.
brother. Wait. Hold on, brother. You asked him a certain question. He turned you to the left. Answer the question, brother.
Does sex alone?
Wait. Brother, answer the question one more time slowly for my brother can hear you. Let's do it again.
Does good sex make a relationship?
In and of itself, no.
No.
Thank you.
No.
This nigga went
But
to
see,
college. He
okay,
went to
so
college.
wait,
He went
so
to fucking college. This motherfucker. I can't fuck with you, Derek. Word up, nigga. Yeah, nigga. You gonna turn me sideways. I ask you a simple question. I need that answer, nigga. Don't turn me, huh? No, don't tell me nah.
Paul,
You good with the answer, brother?
listen with that
Are you good with
mouth.
the answer, brother?
Yes, he answered. Leave him
No,
alone.
no,
Let me
no. I'm talking
let
about,
me let
brother. Are you good with my brother answer?
Yes, he is.
No,
Yeah,
I
so
asked you,
You
sister.
know what?
You good? All right,
You know,
all right.
what I find. You know what I find. Real talk. In most of these conversations, is that it goes both ways. There's no necessary right or wrong. It just
It's communication, understanding.
communication. Yeah, it takes two.
Yeah,
Things change. Like,
exactly. There you go, brother. Exactly. And that would have gone. But listen,
you can find
So-
yourself being a totally different person with somebody else. You can find
Now,
yourself.
right.
now hold up. Let me ask you this question again. This is on both sides. If you sit there and you say, okay, this is what we doing. Okay? We just the meantime, between time, whatever, right? And the sex is the bomb. Does that change the narrative?
Damn.
Y'all do not have a conversation about where y'all going.
Nah, there's no conversation.
Thank you. Thank you.
There's nothing
So
there.
you
Okay,
can't assume that all of a sudden now you're talking about I crossed the line. We agreed to walk across this line together. She
Well-
got naked just like I got naked. Okay?
Yeah.
I can't do nothing to her that she doesn't allow me to do to her.
Okay, wait,
So
Kev.
that's
Yeah.
Let's hear what they say.
He
Hold on,
right.
Kev.
He right.
Hold on, Kev.
No,
Hold on,
no,
Paul.
no.
Go ahead.
Let me talk real quick.
All right.
I think in that situation, y'all both crossed the line. Like, because once you do enter into a sexual relationship with someone, things get murky. You end up in the wild, wild west. Like, you may have your code that you go by when you go in that territory. She may or may not have a code that she goes by when she goes in that territory. What I find is not a lot of people have a code when it goes to that territory. Sometimes
No,
it's-
he said no. Derek, you missed. You
Wait,
missed. You
no,
was on the phone with your girl. You was
no,
on.
Paul.
He was on
No,
the, he missed.
let
He missed. He
brother
missed something. He
Dave
missed
speak.
something.
No,
I'm gonna
Paul.
shut up.
Let
Go
brother
ahead. I'm
Dave
gonna shut up.
speak.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna shut up.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. But you missed something. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
all I'm saying is I personally, I'm talking about me, right? If I go into a territory like that, I know that it's uncharted territory and anything can happen. So I'm not tripping either way about how somebody else responds. It's really just about how I conduct myself in response to whatever goes on.
Thank you. Thank you. You control what you do.
Yeah.
You can't control what somebody else does. So what I'm saying is this:
Exactly.
is that if you go into a situation and I had sex with a woman and it's so great that now we're in a relationship and she's like, nah, bruh, I'm not going that route. Okay, I have to respect those boundaries. Now, here's the deal. If I'm a fool enough to walk back into that situation again, knowing I want something more and she doesn't, and I get caught up, who is to blame? I am, because I knew what I was walking into. I thought that if I put it down, I thought if I did extra, that maybe she'll come over to my side. It doesn't happen. I end up with her. Now I'm looking at her like she didn't
and broke too. And broke. Don't forget that. And broke.
So that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is when you stand across the line, like you did something, when you both agree to it, and I understand what D is saying, you're crossing the line together, but when you cross the line, what I'm thinking about is you did something outside of whatever you might have had talking about or whatever. But when you do something at that point, like you said, you got to understand, people have their boundaries, whatever. You have to know either when to walk away, okay, and take self-preservation and say, look, you know what? I ain't built for this. I need to move on. You know what I mean? Because most guys, what they're going to do is, if a woman's going to give it up, they're going to take it, especially as a woman they like. So now the woman's into them. They keep having sex with them. Now they're built. Now all they're doing is really throwing fuel to the fire. When you got to sometimes look at the situation and check out and be like, nah, I'm not dealing with this no more.
But what is it really good though?
Can't check out that easy.
Because fellas,
everybody can't check out that easy.
Ultimately,
so what are you saying, Paul?
Really good. It'll be really good. You can't, you know, and you continue, it's gonna be fucked up. But that should be so good. So like, damn, I can't. I'm coming, baby. So you continue. No, it's gonna be fucked up. So a lot of people get in that situation. I got a situation like that a few times. I ain't gonna lie. But most of the time, I jetted up out of there. I got other phone numbers, other people I can call. But a lot of times I did. But a lot of times I got, maybe I can say maybe 3 times I did and shit like that. She was good as the motherfucker. I know it's gonna be a situation, but fuck it. And it was a situation. Other time, like, nah.
All I'm gonna say is this. All I'm gonna say is this. It's a song by Usher called "That's What It's Made For," and people end up in that situation a couple of times when you know you shouldn't go back, but you go back and you end up in the wrong situation. And there's times you gotta take it when you gotta take accountability for your actions. Bottom line, stories like this, but this is like men gotta be accountable, women gotta be accountable too. You knew this dude, all he wanted what was between your legs, and you kept giving it to him, knowing he was not giving you nothing else.
Let him finish, sister. Let him finish.
Hold on. Paul, I love you. Stop cursing because they're gonna shut us down on YouTube. But let me say this. Yeah. Hold on words. But let me say this. When you have a relationship, whether you're friends, whether you're dating, whatever, you both are responsible to take care of each other's heart and feelings. Okay. Mm-hmm. So when you cross that line, when you go to the other side, there's a higher level of responsibility, okay? Because you made a different level of connection, and now you got these soul ties going on. So you need to be mindful and careful before you cross that line.
Hey, Paul, that's
and especially, Yes, when you get in physical.
Biblical, man. Yo,
very difficult. I ain't trying to go back to school again.
Hey, Paul,
I ain't trying to go back to school.
Hey, Paul, I'm gonna give you one of my old rules. Paul, I'm gonna give you one of my old rules. Know what that rule is? You had 3. You had 3 times. After 3 times, you bail. No matter what happens, I don't care how good it is. You got 3. If you would hit it and quit it, you got 3. That's if it's good.
I never hit it and quit it. I don't never hit it and quit it. I never hit it and quit it. I hit it and keep going until I find out the signs that you crazy and you about to kill me and I gotta get out.
The whole deal is this, and it's something I learned from one of my boys. You can't do relationship stuff with people you're not in relationships with, and you're being intimate. It's not gonna happen.
No, wait, hold on, everybody. Say that one more time slowly. Say that one. I understand that one. Say that again.
I said you can't do intimate things with people that you're just having. In other words, you having sex with a woman. Now you can't be going to the movies and going to dinner with her because now you adding that. All you're doing is creating that dating atmosphere.
You put more wood in the fire. Yeah. I got you. Yeah.
You're creating that dating atmosphere. So you got to keep it. You got to keep it basically. Come to my crib, I go to your crib, we go to the whole motel, we do what we do. But the minute you take it out of that boundaries and you start walking down the street holding hands, sitting on the couch.
No.
Then you got
they still hold hands? Y'all still hold hands?
Huh?
Oh my God.
Y'all still hold hands?
Yes. Public service announcement. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
But you have to understand the situation that you're in.
So what Kevin, what you're talking about is a sexual relationship, but we're getting back to relationships, like a true relationship. And Mr. Christian said it's not the other side.
Listen, show. Give me a second. Give me a second, y'all.
It's not the other side. It's the other side. When you cross the line, when you go on the other side. Yes. Go ahead.
All right, listen. It is no cursing. This across the line. Listen, bust it. We met each other. Wherever we met each other, we smile. You smiling at me, looking at me, and worrying about this, waiting for the next situation. Anyway, now we go home. I go to your house, go to my house. We have sex. We don't have sex. We connecting. We drinking more. We laughing. So on. So we sleep, wake up, maybe have sex the next day. Happened to me plenty of times. Or next week. We cool. Now, next time I go to your house, we go to my house, we have sex. Or before we go to my house or go to your house, we meet up, we go eat. I love to eat. And as y'all know, I love to eat. Want to eat, baby? You hungry? All right, cool. You want? McDonald's. We ain't fucking McDonald's. We gonna go BBQs, love. We gonna here, and there. Gonna eat. Now, since I ain't taking you to McDonald's, they thinking now she a different level. We ain't have sex yet, but we no McDonald's, no Wendy. We going to BBQs or I'll go on this and that. That's how I get down. You got no money? We going Dutch. You got no money? All right, you owe me. Don't worry about it. Boom, boom. We do that and that. Then if we have sex, if we have no time out, if we have sex. Don't listen what I said. Listen what I said. Don't forget what I said. I said, I asked you got any money? We're gonna go Dutch. You ain't got it? Don't worry about it. I got you now. It's on you next time, sugar. Okay. Boom, bang. Have a good time. Next time you get together, we having fun. Not 5, 6 times. We have sex. Bang it. Bang it out. This nigga took me out there dinner. This nigga
I got a problem with the
I didn't finish, sister. We have fun. We laugh at this. He didn't ask for nothing on the first day or the second day, but we really did it and it's banging to the net. Now, from my experience, I'm 50. I'll be 50. What's how I'll be? How old I'll be? 54 on the 25th. And I dealt with a lot of women, and my experience a whole lot. Once you have sex with them, I'm not gonna say no bad sex. I don't do no bad sex. I don't do none of that. So once I have sex with them, it's like, nigga, you my man now. Like, huh? When that happened? Well, I don't get drunk. I drink. I drink every day. Every morning I drink, but I don't get drunk. I know I'm saying don't do this now. I may forget something, but I know I forget saying that you my woman. So how that happened? Because it happened because we had sex and it was good. So now listen, fellas, they got a woman's book out there. I don't know the title of the book, but it's a book out there saying that once you have sex and good sex, you are my man. Once you buy me dinner and not McDonald's or Burgers or Wendy's, you are my man. That's the book. So don't listen to my sister. That's the book. I'm telling you right now. The book is, in that book, the title is, if you have good sex and you pay for me dinner and we have laugh and fun, you are my man. That's the title. That's it. I don't know where it come from. Who made the book? I don't know. I'm trying to find out for 40, 30 years already. If you find out, let me know. But that's it right there. You can't change it unless you find out who the title who made that book. Call me back. I don't want to get to that nigga. I'm that person. That's it though. You have fun. You can have fun.
Listen, Paul. There are rules of engagement. If you play in the relationship rules,
that's that book, y'all. That's that book.
Listen. If you play in the relationship rules and then you confuse the person that in a relationship. A relationship is a relationship, and that's what we're gonna make for that.
The relationship
but this where you mess up though. Hear me.
Sister, relationship is this. You smiling at me, I'm smiling at you, looking at me, I'm looking at you. We having a good time, we're gonna go eat. We ain't having no sex, we're having fun, we're enjoying ourselves. We enjoying each other's company. You look fly, man. Oh, word. It's all right. I'm looking fly. I do. Thank you, sugar. Having a good time. We ain't had no sex yet. 5 days already. Having a good time. We eating, drinking, smoking, talking, texting. Da. What's wrong with that? That's a good time. Now we have sex. More good time. Oh my God. Woo, woo. So now all of a sudden now, boom. In that lady's book, nigga, you my man. Huh? Had a woman come to my house during the pandemic. I had to pick and choose and get her. Cool. And
listen,
she said I was her man. When that happened? I ain't seen you in 20 years, bitch. Oh, I'm sorry. I ain't seen you 20 years, young lady. When that happened? When it's that. Oh my.
Listen.
That's their book, brothers.
I'm
that's the book. I'm telling you, I don't know who it's for, but that's
Oh my God, I had to mute him. Listen, but Sugar gotta pay you back. Sugar gotta pay you back.
Pay me nothing. No. But
You
I want
said
you.
no. Hold on. You said y'all going out to eat, and you talking about some Dutch, and then you say, okay, you don't got no money. I got you this time. She got to pay you back
next time.
Sugar got to pay you back.
Listen. Listen. Okay, listen. Hold on. I did say that, but that's just a pimp game. That's a little pimp talk. That's all that is. Don't she got to pay me shit back. We're having a good time. $20. Fuck $20.
Listen.
Forget $20. I did say that, but this is a saying. Let's put her in a mind frame like, gotta pay me back, baby. So she got that in her mind. So okay, I gotta pay this nigga back. Okay, but as we go on, he ain't gotta pay me back now. We having a good time. We enjoying ourselves. We didn't have sex yet. We enjoying ourselves. So now we have sex. We enjoying ourselves, eating, talking, texting. Bye. I met your mother. Oh, I text your sister. Oh, she cool, isn't it? Now we have sex. Boom. Now, once you have sex, that's that book. That's that lady's book, y'all. Now you my man. You my man now. Trust me, I've been through it several times.
Why she meet your mother and your sister?
Huh? Say it again.
Why she meet your mother and your sister?
I'm just saying, because I travel. You want to go here with me? Come on, baby.
Oh no, see you messing up.
No. See, listen.
That's on you.
No. Sister.
You doing relationship things. You doing relationship things, and you mad
having fun.
Relationship.
We having fun. We enjoying ourselves.
That's what. Listen. Why you gonna see Mama be running straight the mall?
I got access to your sister. You doing relationship things, and you got her all confused, and you wonder why she's saying you my man.
Girl, listen, baby girl and homeboys. Listen. Okay, I understand you said no. You said no. I understand y'all said no, but listen to what I'm saying here. When you're having a good time, it's no limit to having a good time. You explain to the woman or whoever have a man, explain to them. We're having a good sister, let me finish, baby. We're having a good time.
Look at the comment. No, listen, we're gonna have to continue next Wednesday on Relationship Wednesday. But look at the comment. Said, Paul, you are over the place, OG. You are over the place, OG.
Yeah, you got to let them know for the jump. Listen, we're gonna have fun, this and that. It doesn't mean nothing extra. All we do is having fun. Just because you my mother, my pops, my sister, whatever, doesn't mean nothing. It just means you with me. Yes, that's Sonia. Sonia, that's my mom. Boom, bang, let's go. We're gonna eat. That's it. Doesn't mean
you don't.
So
you
mom,
don't blame just anybody. See, that's where you're messing up.
That's where y'all messing up at. That's where y'all messing up at.
That's where you messing up. How you?
No, I'm not messing up. No, I'm not. I'm good, sugar. I'm good. That's in your woman's book. Y'all got that rules, and y'all can't get that rule. You understand? Listen, fellas. Okay, fellas. If you want to have fun,
hush your mouth for a minute.
Fellas, if you want to have fun, have your fun too. Make sure you tell the woman exactly what's going down. It doesn't mean nothing. We just going here because I gotta go pick some money up. I gotta pick my car up. I got this and that. Whatever the case may be, I'm going to eat. Come on, she gonna pay this and that. You gonna come with me? You roll with me? Because when you roll with me, after we finish doing this, we're gonna go back over to your crib, my crib. We're gonna do this whatever. You gonna stay with me? Boom. It doesn't mean nothing else.
It means a lot.
It doesn't.
It means a lot.
If I introduce you to my dog, what that mean? Yo, Rover, come here. This is my girl, Cheryl. What that mean?
Well, you just said it. That's my girl. See, you got the wrong words. You using the wrong words, and you're introducing her to too many people. We got to close this out.
See?
Kev, what's your final word? And we'll see you on next Relationship Wednesday. What is your final words, Kev?
Paul is crazy.
Don't do it.
Paul, my man, Paul is nut. Hey.
I'm telling y'all the truth. I've been through it, y'all. I'm trying to hook y'all up. So y'all won't be
communication up. And don't confuse lust with love, and don't confuse what you call that? What you call that word? You say what you call that word?
Don't confuse the mate that you're dating by introducing her to your mama, your papa, your dog, your cat, your uncle, your brother. and then taking her to
How
dinner
she'll
and
come to my
this
house
and
and she'll
that,
eat this
and
my
That's
then
what
cat?
I meant to
thinking,
say.
oh,
Don't
you not
confuse
my
a
woman?
soulmate with a
You
blessing.
not my woman? You not my woman? You don't met, I don't met your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. I done spent
And
the night at
you
your
gonna meet the
nana's
devil too.
house.
You'll get out my
No,
face.
I done spent the night at your nana's house and I'm not your woman? Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of
You
here.
gonna meet Jesus
Good
too.
night.
You'll be in the
At
right
Nana's
place.
house. I was at Nana's house and I'm not your woman? Get out of here. Paul, what's your final words?
Good night,
My
G.
final word is this: keep it real, and keep it real. And third thing, keep it real and straight up. Keep it real. Write the shit out if you have to. Write it out. They can understand what it is. Make sure they know what it is and nothing but what it is. Don't go above. Don't go low. Don't go left or right. Keep it right there. All right? That's it.
That's it. Day, what's your final words for
And have fun.
Relationship Wednesday?
His girl on the phone. He can't answer that.
Relationships are difficult, but they're worth it.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Drop the knowledge. Boom. Relationships are challenging, but they are definitely worth it. You cannot, I'm going to close out with this. You cannot confuse people. You cannot introduce them to your mother, your papa, your dog, your cat, your nana.
What? You're
Okay?
bugging. Bye.
Taking them
Bye.
to dinner in the movies and doing candle lights in your house, and then you're going to turn to look at them and
Who
say, I'm
said
not
candle
your
lights? I ain't
boo.
I ain't got no
I'm not
candles
your
in here.
boo.
I got lights.
Get out
I
of
pay
here.
my rent.
Listen,
I pay
I
my light
love
bill.
y'all. Good night. Thank you for coming to Relationship Wednesdays. We'll see you next Wednesday. Everybody who popped in and hung out with us, thank you, thank you, thank you, all of y'all. Love y'all much. See you next Wednesday. Good night.
Good night, sweetheart. Way it's time to go. Do 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 do. Bye bye.
Later, sis.
Later.